Well, whatever.
Useful to the revolution.
So you say you're going back to Victoria soon?
Yeah, for the 22nd, gonna fight the oil expansion. Probably on Parliament.
Parliament building?
Yeah.
It's nice. I've been there in Victoria twice.
Been to Victoria twice? My friend lives there.
Was it cool times? But yeah, it's a whole different experience when you're like going on with your own feet in your own field of like awareness with you kind of thing. Yeah, you get to experience a little bit more of the magic, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah. But Victoria is very odd.
I think it's everybody's in their brains. Everybody's in their heads.
Well, the older ones, yes. But even then, there's still a lot of Luciferian spirits. Very
John says there's witches there.
ridiculous.
Witches.
Yeah, I ran into a couple there. I had to fight them all. But love!
Okay, who's having what?
I'm having the tiniest of the tiniest. Last.
And chicken?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That looks kind of
Thank you.
delicious.
Welcome. Oh, you got your phone pretty good, hey?
Yes. I had a 2-6 fireball, and I woke up and my phone was like that.
Oh, you drank a 2-6?
That was the last time I had heavy liquor.
Oh, that's good. Good wake up call.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what
You're
I thought.
welcome.
Thank you.
Good, how are you? Good, thanks.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Merci beaucoup, motherfuckers.
Yeah, man. Enjoy it.
What are you talking about? I got chocolate banana loaf. I got chocolate banana loaf. Yes. You gotta look on top of the world. Okay. This is for all those African kids.
One to the team.
I'm like one of you guys, so I'm eating all the garbage over here. And I'm still alive.
You have plenty of life, buddy. One of the funniest dudes I've met.
Oh my god. Most recent time that I did mushrooms, everything was in waves. Frequencies. I look at the floor and there's in waves, and it reminded me like if we're in a canoe. There's 3 people in a canoe. If one person stands up, the canoe will tip over, right? Because you're on waves. And then if 2 people stand up, then you need a little more balance then. But then if 3 people stand up, more than likely it'll tip over and capsize. And that's kind of like how we are in the world. It's like it's full of these waves, and even our consciousness is in waves.
Well, and if you're
Yes.
going through and you're like focused on whatever you're doing, and like every step is just like
Giving it, yeah. And that's where the spirit comes in. It's weird because with mushrooms, a lot of the times when I'm facing hallucinations or whatever, the development of myself is like I'm basically facing my shadow self. It's all the suppressed unconscious parts of your mind and your spirit and your body that you never thought of, never want to think of, right? Like, hey, you guys want a turkey? You want to cook a turkey?
oh shit.
I don't know how much this shit is, but I bet you I can feed this to that child from Mr. Scrooge fairy tale.
That used to be a live living animal.
Oh, but I'm touching this part and it's all squishy. Good thing I don't eat meat. I was getting suicidal thoughts, and I was like, that's not me.
Yeah, I don't
have
those.
suicidal thoughts. And
From the
and
pain?
Yeah, from
Yeah.
the pain. I was just like, I don't want to, can't handle this, I can't be it. And I was like, whoa. And it's funny because I think what's happening is more and more people are getting affected by the waves and the psychic abilities. Mostly because I think of the sun's radiation and how it's giving off. Because it's basically the solar flares are so powerful, it's coming halfway between the sun and the planet.
Just like instantly almost like boom.
Yeah, just
And
bam.
the wave of radiation follows through.
Exactly, and I personally think that is what's going to balance the other radiation, because the good radiation from the sun we will envelop into our being, because that's what the Earth is doing. It's taking that, and so if we can connect to the Earth, root ourselves to the core of the
We
Earth,
can better deal with
then
it.
the good radiation will come into us so that we can shower and cleanse the rest of the other radiation, and that's what I'm kind of looking forward into, as well as like clearing out fluoride in your pineal gland, which ginger tea is great for.
I'll tell you this, when I was in Delfino, I got smoked salmon.
No way.
You got fucking donaires, smoked salmon, samosas, pizza up the yin yang, motherfuckers.
Yeah, man.
Balance. You know, if you can let go of your pride, you can humble yourself.
Let's find the Little Caesars. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Little Caesars is fucking awesome. You get pizzas like. Sometimes you just go in and ask people. I don't know. Pretty stoned.
Yeah, man. Pretty good.
But I slept like for like what? How long? 10 minutes?
Did it feel like 10 minutes?
5.
It was like 5 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Snoring and then like. Yeah, like deep sleep.
Yeah, deep REM sleep.
Yeah.
I just had to have like a drop of DMT. Oh, whoa, dude, it's tripping me. I had a
Second
dream.
could have been a minute or a day.
Yeah. Could have planned out the whole next fucking year of my life after 2012. Just in that moment. Because we are that infinite. Hello, Cadillac.
This is the shadow. Okay, so nobody can sit in that seat. Get in the middle.
Why?
Because I don't want to get pulled over by the cops again.
Actual.
Is it still recording?
It is?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. It's wonderful.
Yeah, like they figured out, you know, like having a vegan, dairy-free, meat-free, gluten-free diet, right? In wheat, there's like this thing that they engineered, who knows who, that makes the bacteria inside your gut fucking send signals to your brain. Like our guts have like nervous fucking signals going on because they have like neurons, right? It's like we have a brain inside of our gut and speaking to our brain and making us think and do certain things that we really want to use because we're controlled by the bacterial flora which we have in our digestive system.
Gut feeling.
And the worse you nourish that bacterial flora, the worse it craves for bad food. And the better you nourish it with like good, healthy, organic, fucking filled with love food kind of thing, the better it becomes and it asks for better food. You know, having your pineal gland detoxified allows for more light coming inside your cortex. Like you're receiving not only the natural light, but also the light from the fucking center of the universe, right? The cosmic energy. And then the pineal gland captures that frequency, right? Because it's got DMT crystals floating inside that little body. You know, and DMT crystals are piezoelectric. So when they have like a certain electromagnetic influence on them, they start flashing. And that's how we connect with like the spirit world kind of thing, right? It's by exercising that good feeling of connectedness and then connection with everything, and then explore all these altered states kind of thing, right? But it all starts with feeding who you are. It's not you are what you eat, it's feed whom you are. Yeah. Feed
To be vegan is to be like divine.
Yeah, and people know each other, take care of each other.
Yeah, no matter what, unconditionally.
Unconditional community.
You're part of this community, whether you like it or not.
Sounds very good.
Yeah. That was just.
So maybe like, let's say, what would you suggest like in conclusion? Like personally, you know, like every person has their own life, their own sets of like attachments and obligations that they have to follow through the life, you know. And here we are, you know, like however we made it this far, however we made it here, you know, we fucking made it. And may it be because we've detached ourselves from certain attachments, from certain material possessions, from the outcome of a certain situation actually happening, and it made it allowed itself to place the cards in front of you to kind of go where you need to be and be where you need to go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what's this thing that everyone's looking for? You know, like everyone's like kind of looking for direction or focus or like this one thing.
Purpose.
Focus on it, right?
This one thing that I was told is this boy that he wasn't really a boy, he's basically a man, but what he had said to me was that the purpose of life is to find your gift, and the meaning of life is to give it away.
Nice. Wow.
So that's kind of something that I figured, and like all our purpose in life is to kind of like live it to the fullest, you know, and that's the gift. Is like once you realize the gift that you've been given to live life, then you're like, wow, I just want to give life to everything. And I think that's what happens with people who have ayahuasca DMT trips or DMT trips with the mushrooms, or especially mushrooms, because you when you're facing your shadow so in depth, like the shadow self, like it's weird, like each drug has a different effect on your body and your consciousness in a way that you kind of need to see that. So like I think most people who want to be spiritually uplifted, you know, they can smoke weed, because like when you first smoke weed, it's like you feel every molecule in your body and everything you touch is good. And when you smoke more weed, you're just like, you're fluid, you're creative, as long as you're not abusing it, right? And then after that, you know, once you can develop your, it's weird because when you smoke weed, you start questioning yourself, you start looking at your identity, you start looking at your persona and ego,
Character.
and then your character. But then when you do mushrooms, you start looking at your shadow and what you are not and what you are. And that's when you get put into the paradox. Something like acid puts you past the paradox and puts you into almost like a pure blissful kind of state, but not pure, what it is.
Yes, it's wonderful.
And then DMT is just like a straight trip to home. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, bam, this abstract potentiality, your imagination working at its fullest in whichever way, and then bam, you're back to reality. Whichever kind of way. So they're each different tool in different steps and levels and layers of our consciousness.
That's where, I mean, like, human history has been speckled through, like, since the event of time of, like, humans altering their consciousness. I mean, that's what we're doing every day when we take coffee, when we take beer, when we eat food.
When we drink water.
It's like, it's everything we do. It's in our DNA. We've been put on this place not only to figure out who we are, but to figure out what we love to do, so that we can do it and then fucking alter it.
Do it well.
Yeah, do it well. And then into that, you're like exploring like all the limits and those that you can't transcend of your own perspective of what you bring to this reality almost.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, like, as soon as you like start questioning or start asking yourself, what am I doing here? What am I doing here?
Yeah.
Then you can only start really doing what you're supposed to
do.
do.
Yeah. You don't know you're lost until you're like, am I lost?